O mind, be at peace, this will also pass. My master always used to say, all his disciples know it. It's a different matter that many were not living in peace, but this phrase became very popular. At the same time, he said, if the O mind, be at peace, this will also pass. So this conveys the message, refuse to be miserable. So what happens in our life, we know the principle, we repeat it. It is a dry knowledge. By practice, it gives us an experience. Well, I'm invoking these principles. First is, I don't know the principle. Let me know it as it is. Let me know the principle as it is. So at that point, in the first stage, we do not question. We simply know the principle. Well, that happens. What is Newton's law of motion? Like this. In the second stage, we ask questions for intellectual understanding, clarity. So where comes the clarity? Clarity comes from the knowledge. By asking questions, why, where, how. At the same time, the more we reflect on the principles, it removes the doubt in the mind. Doubts are those thoughts, they are coming and going. They are coming and going. And when these thoughts coming and going, what happens? It distracts the mind, so it removes the doubt. How simple these principles are. These principles are known as Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasan. Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. And the third step is, now can the mind hold on that principle for a longer period of time until this mind leaves all the wrong notions and the wrong perception. We succeed in meditation, then we live in meditation, we eat in meditation, we talk in meditation, we speak in meditation, everything is good. So when we are into that state, we know what it means by, O mind, be at peace. Refuse to be miserable. But who brings these miseries in life? Miseries as such. Do not say, I am coming to you. See that? So now we see that we are opening up these principles. No, it is not. No, miseries say that, you are, I love you and I will enter into you and I'll make you suffer. No one says. So, to understand that, the master, especially I would say Krishna, who is also known as the originator of yoga, meditation, mantra, the other practices. He says it is the attachment. Attachment, there is another word for it, identity crisis, if I use the word. I identify myself with a person, with a place, with an object, and with an event, and this mind is caught in the web of attachment. And once it is caught in the web of attachment, we lose our identity, and the attachment leads to desire. Desire leads to confusion. Confusion leads to loss of memory. Loss of memory leads to loss of intelligence. You see, that is the dry knowledge. I understand, but I don't experience. No, what you are saying, no, I experience that. No, I don't experience, I understand. I have an online session with a beautiful woman from Eastern Europe. What is her problem? She is a wonderful teacher, she is very intelligent. And last year, the school has opened a football stadium which is very near to her house, and every day those kids make a noise, and because of that noise she is in tremendous stress. In the morning, in the afternoon, even in the night, I can't tolerate that noise. One example of attachment of the mind through the sense organ. And yesterday she was saying, no, I understand what you are saying. So you see, when anyone says, I understand, so our wisdom says, our tradition says that understanding, using the word understanding, means clarity, means conviction, means freedom from the doubt. So I asked her, please don't add I understand, but, if, yet, don't add it. But if you add but, if, and other words, it means you have not understood. I can tell you it is impossible for people who identify with the knowledge, they will fight with you. No, I understand. Don't repeat it. No, I have seen a lot of people. So, the Master says, did you understand? Understanding brought the clarity. Yes, now we will translate that into our experience by the practice, so that we prove the phrase, O mind, be at peace. This will also pass. I think Terry, Paul, Priscilla, they know. A couple of years back, living in time, at a place in a rented house, and as if the world was challenging me and my family. Only one, I give you one example. Now there are other challenges, if I say so. So when we were, if I use the word in a difficult situation, trying to establish ourselves, lot of challenges, which should have given miseries and the failures and the pain. And now there are other sets of challenges. What are those? Oh, everything is fine, everything we love, everything. But we forget we forget our true identity in pleasure, when everything is all right in the life. And we remember, mind is always struggling. So when I say identity, means sometimes we identify with the problems and the challenges, at other times we identify with our pleasures. Because mind doesn't know anything more than that, by default. So the Master says, no, understand that. You are in pleasure, everything outside in the world is okay. Devote more time to discover yourself. And once we treat that path, we discover our true nature. And then we prove that, yes, O mind, be at peace. This will also pass. Last verse from one of the great mystic and Sufi master in India, Kabir, who continued weaving the cloth. He lived in 15th century. He said, we come closer to our true nature when we have a lot of suffering and challenges in the world. We tend to forget our true nature in the garb of pleasure. So in both the cases there is a problem. And then he used to say, if you start the journey when you have no problem, no worries outside, it is an easy way for you to become a seeker on the path. Because you don't have challenges outside. But that needs a tremendous courage. So remember my master's phrase, O mind, be at peace. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. I believe you remember the journey is to go beyond and behind. Go and beyond and behind the mind. How simple it is. Eyes are closed and position your body. Position your body, which is comfortable to your mind. What I'm saying, which is comfortable to your mind. And this is our choice. You see that? And then look at the neck joint. The mind moves on the neck joint. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. As you know that whatever we understand, I always link that understanding with the steps of the practice. You see that? So O mind, be at peace, this will also pass. But I also said, the intellectual understanding brings the clarity, and that leads to the practice, brings an experience. So now understand, being comfortable and your experience is sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. I always do the same thing again and again. Shoulder joints, being comfortable, feeling the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. See that. You might have been bored because I repeat the same thing, but I don't. I see a new meaning. Knee joints. The mind goes there, so there is a feeling. You know there is a feeling. And that knowledge, inexperience, felt as being comfortable. At the same time, an experience of steadiness. How simple it is. But it is most difficult if there is an identity crisis. The mind is running after. The entire body is comfortable. Sensation. You feel the sensation and the steadiness. I believe your mind may recall awareness, knowledge, experience. They appear different due to the way the mind perceives, but they are one and the same thing. Awareness, knowledge, experience. You see that I give you the practice as if I'm communicating to you. Otherwise, what happens in a mindfulness or meditation class? The teacher goes too far, even he is sitting in the room, because the dry knowledge pours down, and that makes the seeker too far. So now being carefree. Go deeper, being carefree. You may remember I said being carefree means free from the cares. So now, we are also understanding at the experiential level. Who cares me? Mind. So it's thought, feeling, past, present, future. At present, nobody else, no our spouse or our maid or our father, son, nobody is helping us in meditation. Even me. You are changing the mind, moving the mind inside. So now the mind cares. How the mind will care? Through the thought that you recognize, through the feeling that you recognize. Where you recognize in the mind? Clear? Okay. At that moment I say, let the thought come, let the feeling come, let it go. What you are saying to the mind, I don't need your care at this moment, except listening from the teacher. You have to listen to the teacher. So what is the meaning? The meaning is that this thinking, this thought pattern must change from the wrong to the right. You have been listening to me. I said change your wrong notion to the right. Everything will fall into the right place. You see that how subtle it is. So you are looking at the thought, feeling, not looking even. If the thought enters, okay. Do you want to deepen the practice? Do you want to deepen the practice? Yes, you can deepen the practice. You can deepen the practice by invoking, "O mind, be at peace, this will also pass." And now look at the breath. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The moment the breath comes, count in 1. The breath returns, count out 1. In 2, out 2. Go on counting the breath. Simply, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Fine.
You have a TV?
Yeah.
Can you show me where you want to put it for now?
There.
There?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go big, okay? Right here? Yes. Oh, it's pretty nice.
What is it?
Sign for my wife will sign.
Just counting the breath. Understanding. Where is the clarity of understanding? That you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. What is the understanding? That you know the breath is going in and out. What is understanding? There is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. What is understanding? You are counting the breath. You are separating the breath in the mind through the knowledge. That is breath awareness. At a deeper level, you drop the wrong notion. You drop the wrong notion. You also recognize some thought enters into the mind and you forget the counting. Now stop the counting of the breath. You're looking at the breath. There are possibly 100 of steps related to the breath, what we call the breath awareness. We picked up only one. And then another step that we have been doing, move the mind on the head and the neck. Do you pay attention when I say Move the mind on the head and the neck, or look at the head and the neck, or feel the head and the neck. And after that, there must be a knowledge at the experiential level. What is that knowledge? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. How simple it is. In mindfulness journey, we already know that it is a passive practice where we ask the mind, look at the sun, do nothing. The sunlight will come to you. And in active practice, we ask the mind to do it. Breathe faster, do mantra, and many other steps. So this is more challenging. Intellectually, this looks simple. You see, that is the problem of our reasoning and the intellect. What looks simple, the intellect continues to reason. And what looks complex, it built our little ego. I can do it. Move the mind on the right arm. The mind is looking at the right arm. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Did I say when you look at the sun, you don't need to ask the sun, come on, bring the light to me. Same thing is happening. But at a deeper level, the mind is breaking and dissolving the wrong notion. May I say we are going a little deeper, understanding every point, and then moving into an experience. Move the mind on the left arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the rib cage. Now check, does the mind slow down? It enjoys what it is doing. If it is enjoying what it is doing, you have started working on the mind. The mindfulness will always succeed. In spite of the fact that there may be many thoughts, they are coming and going, you don't have an identity with these thoughts. Move the mind on the belly. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You know what happens in this stage? The mind still carries the impression of identity with the people, object, and time. So suddenly it moves the body, suddenly the mind goes in different plane, it goes in time, it goes in space, it goes in event. But continuous, regular practice helps us to reach to that state. Move the mind on the back of your body. You are aware of the shoulder joints and the spine, feeling the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the right leg. You feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the left leg. You feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Very good. The problem with the mind is that the mind, when it is attached, consciously, subconsciously, we may say intellectually, come on, you teach me. I'm not attached at this moment. It doesn't work. Because the intellect is impure. The next time the mind will bring in the issue and the intellect will say, yes, I have a problem. So that decision-making power of the intellect is stripped by the attachment, confusion present in the mind. That is why the Master says, understand, know the principle. Understand it, then practice. So again, look at the breath. Go ahead, look at the breath, feel the sensation, and there is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Initially, we were counting the breath. Now we are looking at the breath. So the main goal is to keep the mind within. Means what? To go too far from the world of space and the time and the event and the possession and the object. The knowledge of the meditation will always happen in the mind. The knowledge of suffering also happens in the mind. Easy, but definitely it takes a little longer time that we bring an identity of the breath with a mantra. The moment the breath goes in Shantoham, the breath comes out Shantoham, drop Shantoham. Shantoham means I am the peace. Now what I said, when the breath goes in, you drop Shantoham. Let us pick up this only the mantra and to go deeper. It is just like counting. Breath goes in. You say Shantoham mentally on the breath, and the breath comes out. You say Shantoham. Finished. Simple. We're going a little deeper step by step. So we have understood the mantra Shantoham means I am the peace. Question is, intellectually I have understood identity of the mind with the pleasure and the suffering is still there. What needs to be done? And our great masters again come. The miseries and the problems in Sanskrit is known as dukkha. Kha. Kha means the space. Sukha, happiness. So what the message is conveying the moment you say Shantoham, the mind should become aware of the infinite space inside and outside. I've been telling you that I don't know anything. I teach what the masters have been teaching for thousands of years. Kha, dukkha, sukha. The Buddha also uses dukkham, dukkham, dukkham. Same word. So when you go deeper, sukha, sukha, sukham. So when you're seeing Shantoham, this mind, through understanding, should become aware of the infinite space. When the breath goes in, you say Shantoham and let the mind drop into the infinite space. This is what I have been saying. And I gave this step couple of times before. Look at it. The breath goes in Shantoham with awareness of the space. Breath returns Shantoham with awareness of the space. How simple it is. Shantuham, Shantuham. Dukkha, knowledge as an experience should happen in the mind. That naturally drops the delusion, which is the cause of our stress and the suffering. Buddha says, Dukkham, Dukkham, Dukkham. So he means by that, if we go a little deeper, do means bad. Space where the mind is limited, confined by the identity crisis of relations, of objects, of people. Why? Because of the desire. The mind is seeking pleasure, in turn gets pain. So like other masters, his approach is little subtle. After he says Dukkham, 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 he says Anityam, Anityam, Anityam. Look at the affairs in the world. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. So when we continue the journey, the mind awakens to the wisdom. And when it is already, I see it is impermanent, why should I get attached? So I introduce a positive aspect, Shantuham, 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 Shantuham. We're just going casually. And now drop the Shantuham. Look at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. You will experience the sensations are deeper. There is a deepening of experience. Look at the breath. Then see if you go deeper and behind the breath. We experience the space. So symbolically, the mind moves deeper inside the heart, into the infinite space. So here is another take. And it's a beautiful step. It is a beautiful step. You experience that you can go behind the body on the breath. You can go behind the breath into the space. And you can continue to make the journey of the mind going deeper and deeper inside the heart or the head, whichever is natural to you. And then the mind says, as if I'm lost into the infinite space. Let it be. Be there. Just be there. You may say Shantoham once and be there. Finished. See what happens. You are not lost, you are gained. And do nothing. Just do nothing. Remain as you are in the state of doing nothing. So Buddha summarizes, Dukkham, 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 sorrow, sorrow, sorrow. And then he says, Anityam, anityam, anityam. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. And then he says, Charnikam, charnikam, charnikam. Short-lived, short-lived, short-lived. What is short-lived? The world outside, relations, time, space, objects, possessions, pleasure, pain. See that. And what my master says? Other side of the coin. O mind, be at peace. This will also pass. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, experience the change even you did nothing. Bring your mind to the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your closed eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down. Now is the time to share your experiences, so you can unmute the... So how are you, Paul and Priscilla?
I'm doing well. I really felt that when we stopped the Shanto hum is when I became very peaceful, and
Yes.
that it was the stopping of that actually did it.
That is really a deeper practice. So normally what we teachers teach, oh, this mantra is very powerful. No, you have to become more powerful than the mantra. That's wonderful. How are you, Priscilla?
I agree. I could have just stayed there all day.
Ah, that's a wonderful. Why can't you stay? Just stay. It is a state of mind. Come on.
All right. I will.
You will. How are you, Ashok?
सर नमस्कार.
बोलो.
सर नमस्कार.
अरे बोलो.
मैं ठीक हूँ.
ठीक हो?
हाँ ठीक हूँ और लेकिन थोड़ा सा जो है ना थोड़ा अभी स्टार्टिंग ही हो रही है.
Oh, you have just started. No problem. Continue.
It will take some time.
Okay, it will take some time. Okay.
Take some time.
How are you, Sangeeta? कैसे हो?
सर अच्छे हैं. सर जब सेंसेशन फील हो रही थी हार्ट में.
When you feel the sensation in the heart, हाँ बोलो.
तो हार्ट बीट मतलब महसूस हो रही थी.
So you felt that heartbeat increases. It does not increase. You came very close to the heart. The mind became intensively aware. मन जो है हृदय के बहुत नजदीक आ गया. हम इसीलिए महसूस कर रहे थे. Heartbeat बढ़ी नहीं, वैसी की वैसी ही है. So Terry, you have to unmute the volume that I muted before you share your experiences. And पुष्कर अनम्यूट करो फोन को. हाँ बोलो.
सर एक्सपीरियंस काफी अच्छा था, पीसफुल था, लेकिन पैरों में पेन होता है नीचे.
The experience is deeper, but you felt pain in the leg. Yes, it happens. Let it happen. Don't worry about it. चिंता नहीं करनी. ठीक हो जाएगा. So ultimately, we see that Shobha has joined just in the last 5 minutes, so there is no reason to share the experiences. Understand today, you take this teaching of our great masters. Either you say, Dukkam, Dukkam, Dukkam. These are the 3 phrases, wonderful phrases. So, Dukkha means sorrow, sorrow, sorrow. So, with an inner mind, if I am saying it correctly, with awareness, you see the world of time, space, objects. Because of the identification, there is a sorrow, sorrow, sorrow. And then the Buddha says, become aware of the impermanence. I was born 60 years ago. Then body grew horizontally and vertically. Now see the grey beard. I did not have it. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. And the last one, Charnikam, Charnikam, Charnikam. Short-lived. Anything that is visible through the sense organs and the mind are always short-lived. You may say 60 years. Compare with the 60 years where the millions of years have passed. We stand nowhere. So can I have that awareness? And what is that awareness? My master says, O mind, be at peace. This will also pass. You continue to exist. That is your true nature.